Good evening. Welcome to the DBS Sports. I am Kenson Casimir. Ryan Goodman had a great all-round performance on Sunday as defending champion St. Lucia got their Windward Islands under-15 cricket title defense off to winning ways. A Grosley native top scored for St. Lucia with 42 runs in the Windward Islands under-15 cricket tournament as St. Lucia scored 159 in 47.2 overs. Other decent scores came from Darren Sammy Jr. with 19 and Noel Leo with 13. Meanwhile, Grenada were all out for just 95, which means St. Lucia won their first game of the tournament by 64 runs. Well, with the ball, Darren Sammy Jr. took 2 for 5 in 5 overs, Shaquem Breen 2 for 7 also from 5 overs, and Ryan Goodman 2 for 5 from 3 overs. Tariq Edward, Ryu Paul and Stephen Theophin picked up 1 wicket each. Now, in the other game played, St. Vincent defeated Dominica by 5 wickets. Defending champion St. Lucia played Dominica earlier today. We'll have the results for you in tomorrow night's Sportscast. Well, the curtains came down on the finals of the Castries Football Council Youth Tournament on Saturday, 9 December 2017. Valley Soccer Academy won the under-17 division. Surprise, surprise. We spoke to the players from the successful team.
I find we worked hard, we maintained our possession, and we did well enough to get a victory which we deserved.
So tell us about your goal.
It was kind of a long shot, and I guess when you try it goes in. So
the game went well. We just underestimate our opponents, and we just go through the game and come out victorious.
All right, so tell us about your goal.
I felt my partner wouldn't pass it for me, and it just come through and I just scored.
We also met up with the coach of Valley Soccer under-17 team.
This game, it just came out the way we wanted it. You know, I started playing slow and stuff, so like I was not at my full force. But when I went out for the halftime, the coach told me, you know that's not the stuff. So and then I got the momentum of the game, and then we execute the game plan.
And the 19 captain can come up with.
Well, we had a game plan. We knew VSADC was a very organized team, so our game plan was to sit behind, absorb the pressure, and hit them on the counter attack.
All right, how would you describe the tournament overall for you guys?
I would say it was a fairly
Captain of the under 15 team, can you come up with?
Well, we'll have the winners of the various awards for you during our next sports package. Now, an exciting culmination to the group stages of the very exciting Veterans Football Tournament is expected as 2 groups remain undetermined coming into the home stretch. On Saturday night, Central Viewfort and Caricom Masters played to a 0-all stalemate. We spoke to the coach of Caricom Masters.
Well, today's game was very intense. Both teams were going for the victory. Both teams got chances, but neither team finished any goals. So I guess we have to wait on other results to see what our fate is.
All right, so in terms of the competition, how has it been overall for Caricom Masters?
The competition has been good in terms of our preparation. We had a few glitches in our preparation in terms of a venue to train and the time of training. So I guess we're building up bit by bit.
Well, we also met up with the coach of a Central Viewfort.
Well, I think, we would be sure, but obviously, I think we have won that match. We have absolutely won the game because we got too many simple opportunities in the first half that we didn't capitalize on.
Well, on Sunday night, Canaries and Behind the College played to a 2-2 draw, leaving the door wide open for Central Viewfort to decide their own destiny. In other results, Lancers Veterans drew 1-1 with Laborie Connections. Laborie Veterans had a convincing 3-0 victory over Viewfort North. Jerome Barboy Serville registered a hat-trick. Soufrière thrashed winless Prophets and Kings 5-0. Well, the St. Lucia Boxing Association put on a boxing exhibition in the heart of Castries on Saturday ahead of their highly anticipated Caribbean Development Boxing Championships. The organization introduced members of the St. Lucia national boxing team to onlookers. David Christopher is the president of the local association.
So what we're doing here today is just more or less sensitizing the public and bringing the sport of boxing to the capital, promoting the Caribbean Development Boxing Championship with bells off on the 13th at the indoor facility. Countries start arriving already. We already have a few officials on island. and we just want to bring it to the public. Saturday morning shopping in the Central Castries, so persons to get all the information for us. The work we're doing right now, we already sell a few tickets already, and it's good to see that persons coming in and purchasing tickets to support the team. We're pledging and pleading to persons to come and support the team because it's a national day. It starts as a national event. We want persons to really give boxing a chance, and we will plead in that on your program and other programs. And I think persons are going to take heed of the call and come out and support us. So far, so good. We'll be going up until about 3 o'clock today as persons traverse through the capital, get a glimpse of some of the national boxers so they can get familiar with the name, put faces to the name of the boxers.
The event, which is being held near the statue of Sir John Compton, that happened on Saturday, attracted scores of sports fans who committed to attending the event on Wednesday. We spoke to one of the officials who will play a huge part in this year's event.
Well, in terms of refereeing, the referees are always ready. They're always ready. But of course, we do sharpen our skills when it comes down to close to fight. Any tournament we always do, refresh and, go over certain stuff. We always keep ourselves in shape, so to speak.
The 2017 Caribbean Development Boxing Championship gets underway on Wednesday, December 13, 2017 at the Boseju Indoor Arena. The highly anticipated event rings off at 7 p.m. Well, we'll have more for you. We had a press conference earlier today. We'll feature that in tomorrow night's sportscast. Well, we take a break. When we come back, Deriso vibe is just a different vibe. We have the results from their football when we get back. Don't bother switching. Welcome back. Matches continued in the Deriso Football League knockout tournament over the weekend. On Saturday, TFC came up against Small Axe, which resulted in a goalless draw. Now, following the penalty shootout, TFC prevailed 4-2. DBS Sports was there, and we spoke to the coach of TFC.
Well, in the preparation, we know Small Axe as we've played them several times, and we know that they are a very physical team. And they like to play the ball long, but the plan was to possess the ball, keep it away from them, and to score as many goals as possible. Unfortunately, we couldn't score any goal within the time.
All right, so what's next for you guys?
Next is the semi-finals against Green Monsters.
And how are you prepared for that?
They also a team we have played several times, and I think I have something in store for them this time. They beat us the last time we played them. I have something in store for them this time.
Now, El Niño is described as an irregular, occurring and complex series of climatic changes affecting some regions. The effects of El Niño include reversal of wind patterns, drought and unseasonal heavy rains. Well, we had a bit of all of that on Sunday as defending champions El Niños came back to affect and break the heart of Lions Heart supporters at the lovely Deriso playing field. The champions scored 3 times in the second half to get to the championship game. One of the goal scorers was, of course, Jelani Neptune.
Well, today's game, we didn't expect it to be that way. Everybody came here thinking the game would be easier, but unfortunately it wasn't that way. But at the end, we still get to win the game 3-1.
Jelani Neptune also had a brilliant game for the champs. He scored 2 goals.
We didn't expect it to be so. We went down in the first half. We came into second half with a strong mentality and we just go out for it.
Tell us about your goal. Simply beautiful strike from way outside of the box.
Yeah, that's something I train. I always do it at training, so in the game I do it as well.
Well, Lionheart's lone goal was scored by Westilla Stanislas. We, however, met up with the charismatic coach for El Niño, Carlos Mosheri.
We really don't focus on the opponent per se, because the goal for El Niños and the vision for El Niños is to get into the Caribbean tournament in the next 3 years. So playing here in the Deriso League should not be a strong focusing on the opponent, but focusing on our system of play, our style of play, and the concept that we want, the concept of football that we want to develop. So playing against the team here, we're always looking forward for a victorious outcome. And if we do not win, I think I'll be rather disappointed, more than focusing on being happy about winning the game.
Well, the second semi-final will be played on Tuesday, 12th December, with Green Monsters coming up against TFC. The grand finals is now scheduled for Sunday, 17th December 2017. Wow, definitely won't miss that. Now, the first ever Mayors Cup final will be played between Big Players and VSADC. VSADC got to the finals with a 2-1 win over Flow Lancers. We spoke to some of the goal scorers from VSADC.
As I see the game was going well, went out well, turned out the way it's supposed to turn out. It was a hard game competing. As you could see, first half we had them 2-0 and they came back. So it was a very difficult game.
Overall, the game was a good game. It was a nice fight, boy. Very tough game, man. The guys came at us, but at the end of the game, we were the better team, and that's what we do, win.
We also spoke to Sean Curtin, who is the coach of VSADC.
Well, today's game, we come into the game in full of confidence. I mean, our goal scoring record spoke for itself. We knew we had to get the early goals. We did that in the first half. But you know, Lancers, knowing us from Castries League together, they came back to their coach crazy, tried to come and fight back. At the end of the game, we had to actually try to manage this game. I told the guys we don't really have to score any goals again or to win. Let the Lancers want to win the game, they have to come and try to take it. So we just managed the game.
Well, in the second semi-final, Big Players defeated Naya on penalties after a 1-1 scoreline. Anthony James netted for Naya in the 24th minute, while Jordan Setage leveled for Big Players in the 60th minute. The final and third place playoff is scheduled to kick off on Wednesday, December 13, 2017 at the Marshall Grounds. Meanwhile, West Indies need another 413 runs with 8 wickets remaining in the clash against New Zealand. Captain Taylor got to a record 107 not out in the second innings to set up a series whitewash against our regional team. Now, scores in this match so far: New Zealand 373 all out and 291 declared. West Indies 221 all out. Craig Brathwaite got 66 and they are currently on 30 for 2. West Indies need another 413 runs. Well, at least Ryan and the guys are making us proud. Don't worry about that. Well, finally, Manchester City won the Manchester Derby on the weekend. What's new?
Bossing the derby, and they need a goal to prove that, and they've got one. David Silva has knocked it in.
Lukaku seemed to take his eye off the ball, ducks. Otamendi's wanting to foul Lukaku, but
Rojo. Oh, it's passed off, and here's Rashford, 1-1.
Coolness keeper comes out and gives Manchester United a lifeline and has completely lifted this place at Old Trafford now. He's already got a goal at the Etihad in the Manchester Derby.
They've got a free kick, which David Silva takes, and Lukaku defends. Oh, and it's a gift for Otamendi, who's in on the scoring act again. And Manchester City are back in front. Lukaku's clearance was blocked, and Otamendi accepted the gift.
Otamendi and Lukaku were involved in the first goal. Didn't cover himself in glory then, defending a set piece. And this is even worse. David Silva just puts a ball in, doesn't deal with it on his weak foot, ricochets out. Otamendi.
Well, in other results, Chelsea went down to lowly West Ham 1-0. Arsenal and Southampton played to a 1-1 draw. Tottenham, they defeated Stoke City 5-1, while Liverpool and Everton played to a 1-1 draw. Well, that's sports. The DBS News continues after the break.